Tom Brady may seem like he has everything in the world right now, but really he's lost everything because he's lost his integrity and he's lost the respect of so many people like me who used to be huge fans of his and now can't stand him because we've watched him completely sell out everything that he used to stand for.
I think the biggest problem with a lot of fucking kids these days is all about them. It's all about them, their brand, their social media.
One of the first areas where I noticed a change with Tom Brady was with social media. For the longest time, he was one of the only stars who didn't have an Instagram, didn't have social media, and wasn't constantly shoving himself down our throats telling us how great he is. He would break records, win the Super Bowl, and then go home to his family. Then, towards the end of his time on the Patriots, when we now know that's also when his marriage with Giselle was on the fritz, he gets on social media, he becomes this huge attention whore influencer, and it's developed to the point where he now can't go a week without putting up some brutal shirtless picture or some post showing us how cool he is. He also went from someone who would hardly ever even do an interview unless it was required of him to a guy who was all of a sudden best friends with every Democrat, celebrity, and TV host he could get in front of.
Yeah, and I think we've discussed this. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Come on.
Subscribe and turn on notifications for the Matthews Report. I've got a lot more great content coming your way. Brady was great friends with and a huge fan of Donald Trump for many years. They played golf together tons of times. Trump had Brady as a judge at his Miss Universe pageants. Brady would have Trump as his special guest at Patriots games, and he even had the Make America Great Again hat in his locker before it became controversial.
He's certainly a great friend, and nobody supports their friends like Tom Brady or Donald Trump.
Then, right around the time that the Brady sellout started, the Patriots win the Super Bowl, Trump's president, and Brady is one of the only ones on the team not to show up at the White House, and he scolded reporters not to ask him about Trump.
The Patriots are headed to the White House Wednesday morning, but star quarterback Tom Brady will not be with his team.
Then, 2 years later, he wins the Super Bowl with the Bucs, and he is the happiest guy in the world leading the White House ceremony with Joe Biden.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's certainly an honor to be here. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
He also took time out of his speech to make fun of Americans who didn't believe that Joe Biden got 81 million votes.
Not a lot of people, think that we could have won. And in fact, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won.
I understand that.
You understand that, Mr. President?
Some people have argued that Brady was trolling Joe Biden. He wasn't. These jokes were directed at Trump supporters. Brady's done nothing in the past 7 years to suggest that he would do anything to go against the left.
We had a game in Chicago where I forgot what down it was. I lost track of one down in 21 years of playing. And they started calling me Sleepy Tom. Why would they do that to me?
On Sunday, Trump became the first sitting president in U.S. history to attend a Super Bowl, but there wasn't one mention from Tom Brady or Fox about him there the entire night. They briefly showed him on camera before the game started with no description, and then Tom Brady and the Fox crew didn't talk about him or show him the entire game, even though they went out of their way to highlight all the other garbage celebrities who were there. Great friend you are, Tom.
Nobody supports their friends like Tom Brady or Donald Trump.
One of the most disappointing moments with Tom Brady was when he cowardly and fraudulently supported the NFL's ridiculous COVID vaccine mandate. Tom Brady is a guy who really understands health and pays attention to every last microscopic detail of what he puts into his body.
At TB12, we pulled together a list of what we feel are 12 very important things that you can do on a daily basis to help support a healthy immune system.
Do you think a guy like Tom Brady, who is obsessed with health, fully understands all the right protocols to keep your immune system healthy, and won't even eat a bite of junk food, would undergo an experimental medical procedure like the COVID-19 vaccine? I don't think so. But yet that didn't stop him from preaching to his teammates about how important the vaccine was and using scare tactics like you might lose your job if you don't take it. Another moment that really shows how inauthentic and self-absorbed Tom Brady has become was his retirement announcement.
And that will be the case that he'll wind up retiring, transitioning on to the next chapter of his career, despite the fact that everybody's denied it at this point in time.
Adam Schefter got the story first and correctly broke the news that Tom Brady was retiring, but Tom didn't like that because he wanted it to be controlled by him and his brand. So the next day he went on his podcast and he was like, "Oh, don't believe these rumors. I'm still deciding. These rumors aren't true." And then 2 days later, he comes out with his stupid crying Instagram post where he's crying into the camera and announces his retirement.
Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
There's endless amounts of Tom Brady sellout content these days, but just to put a bow on this, he had not one, but 2 social justice stop hate commercials during the Super Bowl this past weekend.
Man, I hate that things are so bad that we have to do a commercial about it.
Me too.
Did anyone catch the end of this commercial where it says that it was paid for by the Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism? Tom Brady, do you want to share with us why you're getting money from and doing propaganda commercials for the Foundation to Combat Anti-Semitism? Give me a break. Tom Brady might have all the fame, money, and clout that he could ever hope for, but he lost the best thing that he had going for him, which was his integrity and his ability to stand alone and stand for something good. Now he's just a sellout like all the rest of them, but don't worry, we caught you here on the Matthews Report. Thank you for watching the entire Matthews Report. Check back for more reports, and on your way out the door, just to illustrate how disappointed I am in Tom Brady, here's a clip from my high school basketball senior night 12 years ago where I put in my bio that Tom Brady was my favorite athlete.
Next up, Sean Matthews. What Sean's gonna miss most about high school, playing basketball every day with his teammates, and his favorite athlete, Tom Brady.